take it. We need pellet, conquer Earth and every planet. Mighty strikes on them. Remember to search me up. Do you figure entertainment? Stayafia. This audio was recorded in Bryant Park. We are in May 2025. Donald Trump get re-elected again. I think he did like third time. A lot of people don't realize it. But anyway, people, what I'm trying to say is this one is what you see is real, but you gotta be careful of what you see. Now I realize that what you hear might not be real, but you're actually hearing it. You understand? As far as you might hear a sound, right? But when you get there, you don't even see what making the sound. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? And a person can tell you something, but when he tell you something and you do your part, but you don't see the sequence of his part, then you realize that person was not on the level. But sometimes disappearance can happen, death can happen. You understand? Before he get to his proof. But when you check what is real and what is fake, you have to like question yourself, because sometimes yourself being fake, and sometimes yourself show more real, and sometimes yourself show more less real. But if you check yourself, how much real you show a person, as far as how much action, how much proof, how much time you keep your word, and check the sequence of your life, you realize that you actually building a dimension that actually curve your future. This is what I found out. Like when you actually do, you conquer. If you sit on your lazy ass, you ain't gonna conquer. Even if you're not getting nothing out of it, you building up your energy, building up your skills, building up your perfection. Because if you want to practice to be a good writer, you're gonna be a good writer if you choose to practice to be a good writer. You can get up so well, I'm gonna be a good writer, I'm gonna be a good songwriter, I'll be a good novel writer, and I'm gonna be the bestseller. No, you have to practice. Because with practice, you will notice your brain. The more you put out, you will notice that there is another level. And the more you speak, you will notice there's another level. And the more you try, you will notice that there's another level. Anyone that doing things in the world will tell you, no matter what level they go, there's a challenge. No matter what level they go, it's still another controller. This is why it's best for you to stay on your side and be your own controller. Because when someone tell me, say the good is evil, evil is good. So I start to look into the earth and to see what's created. The earth was created on evil, and the earth was created on good. So if you do wrong, my suggestion is you do good to correct the wrong, because it flows on energy, it flows on life force, it flows on you helping your own self. So let's, for example, your teeth, and the person leave you, right? But if you apologize, the person might not accept you, but you did apologize. You send a letter, send a note, you did wrong, and the person what the person do didn't respond to it, but at least you put out. But that same apology that you send and the person didn't accept it, it can be that person energy keep down. But if the person didn't accept it and say, well, I accept the apology and I accept this apology, it might change the sequence of their flow. You understand? So it's all about down in the sequence of flow. Because if you a man that cheating with many women, you notice a different vibration in your life, because you're lying all the time, deceiving all the time. But if you feed on that evil of cheating and deceitful, there's an energy there that will protect you, and that energy will make you overpower more. Because the more you do deceitful, evil things, it will get stronger. There's a sense that good guys finish last, but if you're watching the movie, you see it shows. It shows because the bad guy play more role than the good guy. That's why you always notice the good guy getting knocked down and all that, and then in the end he win over the bad guy, right? But you gotta listen to this carefully, man. If the good guy playing a good guy role, yeah, have you ever watched a movie where the good guy playing a good guy role, or as far as you trying to get a woman? Have you ever seen what the woman do for him just trying to be a good mentor and trying to show her a nice heart? And you have ever seen the characters them that are trying to block it and trying to stop it, and how much shame and disrespect you get just to get to that woman? Yeah, dude, these are some things that exist. You know what I'm saying? But it's all come back down to sequences. It's all come back down into your flow of action and how you build up energy. So I think, man, I put out a lot of acapella. Right? And I put on a lot of acapella, so I send out a lot of frequency. I send out 100 frequency of acapella, and after I send out the 100 frequency of acapella, I start to watch the people. And I heard, oh, this one steal it. So I said, okay, if you're doing things and standing up for your rights and you're singing, and this is how it played out, eh? You know, you wake up the rats, the fox, and you know, the parakeets and all the other stealism within the land. That's all the energy that's weak, you understand? But this is how the flow goes. But the action is, how do you deal with it? You understand? Because sometimes you take on a challenge, and when you take on the challenge, that challenge, you've never been challenged like that before. No one teach you about that challenge. You experience and you have to balance yourself and adapt to that challenge. You understand? These are some of the levels that I experience. But you gotta know what is real. Not because the person talk to you, that means that the person real. I mean, so not because the person say he gonna do, the person do. If you watch a person act like that, for example, the person say they're gonna do, you're like, okay, what day you gonna do? And then that day come on, the person don't do, then something wrong with that picture. You understand? And then if the person do it more than 20 times, and you say you've been tricked, you totally an asshole, man. No, so in America, that's what I experienced. I stand up for my rights. When I stand up for my rights, I noticed that they came to me about some sequence. You understand? And when I did my part. After I did my part, I realized some part of America is just plain old stupid, and some part of America is plain old smart. Because when I do my part right over here, and they said, well, all right, I'm gonna do this over here for your country. And when I did this for your country right here, you supposed to do me over here because I'm a civilian. You tell me not to sue here, so I didn't sue there. You understand? So I'm thinking tomorrow. So I'm thinking if I buy something in your country, your police not supposed to be stealing from me like that, bro. Now I'm gonna look at you now like you come to me to fix your country and your man's there break all the rules. So you don't let nobody steal from me. I'm a civilian. I'm looking at you like this is your country, bro. So where the respect and the loyalty go, bro? You know what I'm saying? I would advise anyone, man, if you caught the country or anyone that breaking rules, the best thing to do, man, sue them, man. Don't make them come with no other side steps, man. If you're a tackler, you could, but if you could look at the bigger picture, you could listen to them. And so, this is what I did. I just look at the bigger picture and say, how can I gain? And so I was like, all right, you're not keeping your word over there, but how can I gain over here? You understand? So let me take a walk down here because I'm gonna get over here. You understand? So I start to realize the human mind it go for what it here. It's not searching for the proof of the action. The proof, the human mind going off of how you dress and how you move and how you think. You understand? But when we realize it's all come back down to the culture. What some culture see as real, to some people it's fake. What some people do to be a bad guy, to some people that's weakness. And it's all based on how you think, how you operate, how you flow. Like how I see the US rolling, I wouldn't give it no 90% or 100% respect like that. As a person that stand, nah, because I did my part, I didn't see their part. I'm like, okay. Then I wake up to myself. I say, you know what? I have to leave this in the audience, million, trillion, billion years to come. You understand? Because when you're a civilian, Raz, you're a civilian that challenge the system, that breaking the country laws. You look and then you make up your mind not to take step off how the law operate, and then you take in the step, and then you see some next flaws and some next things you have to try to think, because you're gonna wake up killers, you're gonna wake up murderers, you're gonna have some pretending like they're justice and they're not justice. You're gonna hear Adeline, you're gonna hear wolf, you're gonna hear lions and tigers and all sorts of things. Now people who do not train for that, people who do not balance or have eyes to see that, and hear something like this, they're gonna say off your mind. And if all all of them have board of education, and you come with something that you experience and tell them, they wouldn't believe it. This is what the human race. This is why they always kill them all. Only when the disaster comes, they're weak. You understand? But sometimes you gotta practice to see it, man. This is what I'm saying. Not everything you hear is actually real. Not everything you actually see is real. And I say some things are just pretending. Some things are just fact. This is why you have to seek to find out, how can I learn from this? What can I gain from it? How can I challenge and win? How can I make the people see you for who you are? That's what I did. And I'll tell you, man, when I say they don't realize, they don't think that could stop them. When I say you're delayed, they don't think that could stop them because they never trained for that. But one thing wrong with the human population is that they think them are the only talking force in the land, and they think them are the only 2-foot talking force, and they think they're smarter than everything, and there's somebody teach them they're working with board of ed manual. Until the human race million, trillion, billion years to come, the only smart manual you have is your manual. The way how you think, the way you see things, the way you talk, the what you believe. Understand? You're all giving a way to live, and you have to look beyond it and look over it. You understand that? So careful of what you hear. Listen to no man. If you're listening, you'll search for the facts. This is why when you get what they call it, what's the word? A big word like equilibrium, right? Equilibrium is similar like equal. You have to go look into a dictionary to figure out what's equilibrium, or non-compostmentis or ventriloquist. You always have a research to do. So if someone tells you to do something, you don't just jump and do and do. You go research first to realize, to find the fact. Because sometimes some of the facts you're finding, they are not really facts. They are just fake and real, man. This is why you remember the camera I did on it looked blue, but it's not. Invincible reality. Yeah, it looked blue, but it's not blue. When you get there, this is how life is, man. You gotta be careful of what you think is real, and be careful of what you see, because what you feel is real. But careful of what you feel, because sometimes you feel it, but it's not real. It's just a vibration, but you still feel it. But some vibration hit you, some vibration don't. Understand? But remember, man, million, trillion, billion years to come. This was the audio. I did it in Vine Park. Peace, right?